Good morning, everyone.
Good
Uh,
morning.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Morgan. Good morning, Jagruti. Good morning, Debbie. We are waiting for Dan. Dan will be here any moment. Dan is here. Fabulous. We were just talking about you, Dan. We just starting right now. We have participants coming in. We'll wait for them to come in and settle down. Yes, we have attendees coming in. Let's come down and let them come down and settle.
All right. Sorry, I was clicking the Google Meeting link that was also there, and obviously I was alone on the Google Meeting link.
Okay, that caused some confusion. All right, so I think we can start. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you very much for coming over this morning. I first of all want to welcome you all, Debbie, Morgan, Mike, Jagruti, and Dan. This is going to be a fantastic discussion for about 75 to 90 minutes. And let me introduce myself first and my company, and then I will let you introduce yourself and about your companies. My name is Amit. I'm a co-founder of Enalito. Enalito does a lot of things for e-commerce companies. We solve a lot of problems for e-commerce companies. Mike is one of our customers, esteemed customers. He is selling vapes in LA, and we help e-commerce companies identify which customers they are losing. We help them solve their marketing problems. We help them solve their analytics issues. We help them market the right product to right customers. We also do a lot of customer segmentation and product segmentation to a very deep level. We also help people who come on our website to so that when they come on the website, they can discover your products very easily. So we do a lot of things for e-commerce companies. We basically help you guys in your complete life cycle automation. I would now like to jump on to Debbie, and I would request her to tell our viewers, what do you do, Debbie? What does the company do, and what's your why? Why did you choose to be in this business?
Sure. So I'm Debi Steinwald. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer of the Etho. The Etho is a marketplace for verified, sustainable, and ethical products from around the world. So we're aspiring to be the go-to one-shop experience for consumers trying to shop with conscientious spend of their dollars for ethical and sustainable products. My day-to-day is managing our B2B and B2C audience. So that is obviously consumer and e-commerce and all of the marketing aspects that go with that. But also we grow our inventory and offering by bringing more brands on. So that is the B2B kind of sales lifecycle generation of bringing new brands onto our platform. And for me, the why is our company is ingrained in the values, mission, and vision. We are a certified B Corp, so we are purpose and we are financially driven for profit, but also a purpose defined as a purpose-driven business. So for me, I've always wanted to be involved in a business that has a model of doing good in the world.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Debbie. Let's talk to Dan now. Dan, what do you do and what's your why?
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm in Los Angeles. So I have a business, really started based on a business when I was, 5 years ago, I was running digital marketing at Playboy. And we created these methodologies to convert customers cost effectively. We saw in the market that our cost of acquiring customers through traditional means, that's Facebook and Google, was difficult to control, that we were sort of beholden to the CPMs of those companies. And so we developed this system to do sort of continual customer interviews, or fan interviews as they were at Playboy, to gain deep insights into our customers, what makes them tick, and what is the context within which they make decisions. And so I realized that we were pretty good at converting people very cost effectively. So I started my own business where I consult with companies, helping them really help with conversion rate through customer insights. And the main business that we have also launched out of that is JIMMYCASE, which is an iPhone wallet case that we make by hand in Los Angeles. Also, we now have masks. So the why for us is I saw this interesting sort of lane in the marketplace where we could have a sort of a different way of engaging customers and sort of dancing around Google and Facebook to profitability. And so I just thought it was really fun. So it was an interesting way for me to take my experience as a TV executive and actually execute it, doing, you know, consulting for our clients, but also launching a brand that is really content driven. So that's kind of how I ended up, or why I ended up doing what I'm doing now.
Excellent, excellent. Jagruti, if you can introduce yourself to our audience and tell us what do you do and why did you choose this business?
Hi, I'm Jagruti Bansal. So right now I manage Raj Wells. I manage the e-commerce and marketing, the brand. We've been in business for 30 years. And, you know, I mean, the fine jewelry market was very big here. But we realized that digital was the place to be because people are very open to buying online, especially in America. So we decided to open the e-commerce business about 6 years back. And we received very, very good, you know, response. And we've just grown year after year. And, you know, we use all forms of marketing. We use social media. We do, you know, search engine optimization. We do everything. And, you know, today you have to be where your customer is. And that's the approach we follow. And that's why whether they're on search, whether they're on social media, we want to be there.
Interesting, interesting, Jagruti. Morgan, what's your story?
Hi, I'm Morgan Hutchinson. I'm the founder of Shop BURU. We're a women's clothing brand based in downtown Los Angeles. And we focus on clothes for moms. I'm a mom of 3 myself. My husband and I are business partners. And when I became a mom, this is my why, I felt like the world of fashion just stopped speaking to me specifically and to all moms sort of my age, that we were just meant to be in black jersey for eternity. And I didn't agree with that. I thought we should be wearing all the same fun things that we wanted to wear, but with the functionality that we needed. So all of our pieces, they're not for maternity, they're for everything after, but they are machine washable. They have pockets, buttons for nursing, but yet they still are elevated and an attainable price point. Because the why for me is making moms feel wonderful about themselves, and they need to feel that they're worth it. And that's who we are.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Mike, last but not the least.
Hi, my name is Mike Ibrahim. I'm owner and founder of West Coast Vape Supply. We started in 2012, a long time ago now. It seems like eternity, but prior to that, we actually develop and market our own websites from day one. So we were always a internet company. We do our own SEO, and we have to be organic. We used to own Penny Grab, which is an online auction site, and it developed from there to become a vape business. And the reason why we started the vape business is because we believe that there is a healthier alternative to smoking. And at that point in 2013, that's when it really started taking off. We were first started at business to business with about 5,400 dealers in the country, smoke shops, vape shops. We've started many of those. Selling to them. We import a lot from China, and we also buy a lot of vape juice here in the US. After that, we started in 2016, we started doing business to consumer, and we revamped the site. We still kept the wholesale aspect of it and marched on with that. At this point, you know, we do sell worldwide. On our website, we do use Enalito. It's a very good tool for us. We have probably over 300,000 subscribers on our website, and we do a little bit over $10 million in business a year. And the reason why we did it is because we believe that it's a safer alternative to smoking. Obviously, you guys seen that. We've been hit with a lot of media that is against us in many fashions. And the reason is because of the tobacco industries and tobacco taxes. It's all about the money when it really comes down to it. We've helped thousands and thousands of smokers kick the habit. And I've seen it for myself. So that's kind of the reason why we do it.
Excellent.
Yeah, we have a facility here in LA or in Orange County. And we also have a fulfillment facility in Las Vegas. So.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Excellent. Let me ask Dan. Dan, how are the last 5 months for you? What mistakes did you make in the last 5 months? People want to know what mistakes you made and what do you learn from them?
I think that's the hardest one. Because we talk so much with our customers, we've been able to sort of tap into what they've, what they were feeling. And so we launched masks. So I think we had a really good understanding of what they would buy in a mask or what the storytelling was. And so that worked really well. I don't know whether it's a mistake. I think we're seeing a challenge the last 4 weeks. We've seen business, it's kind of hard to see mistakes if your business is up. So we have seen year to date business up, hitting our numbers. And now the last 4 weeks, we're seeing traffic is good, but conversion rates aren't as strong. So the issue that we're facing, that my mind is focusing on right now, is okay, so what is happening in our customer experience that is making them slower to convert? Because we're certainly getting the traffic, or even more traffic than we were getting. And so it's really for us is sort of tapping into our current strategies and our current methodologies and just start, sort of taking off our Google Analytics, our keyword analysis, and our interviews to try and figure out, okay, what is our customer's mindset going in through the end of the year prior to release of iPhone 12? So I apologize, I don't have a great answer like, wow, we really screwed up, when my mindset is iPhone 12 is coming out in probably October, and that's where our business is going to be this year. That's where we are sort of a little bit cyclical or holiday driven. And so, to be honest, that's where my mindset is right now.
Okay. Interesting. Before we go to the next panelist for more questions, guys, let's have a poll. Katie, can we have the first poll question, please? Okay, so do you know which customer you're losing? For example, all of us sell online and we always tend to lose customers. So do we have any idea do you have any idea which customers you're losing? People who come and buy from you online. So
are you asking me specifically, or do the other panelists get to answer this tough question?
Everybody has to answer this, including the attendees are answering this question.
So you want me to answer?
Yes.
We do not have a good idea of that. Okay. We really focus on if the pie is 100% and we're getting 5%, our focus is always like, okay, how do I tick that 5 to 6, 7? Like if I can get from, if I can get to 6, then I just win. And so trying to figure out where that 95 is. And I think we talked with you guys about that. We understand sort of like the sort of sophistication of your system. If you've got a lot of products, we basically just have mostly iPhone cases and then masks. So I'll be honest, our answer is not very good because we're just trying to look at what's the 5, how do I get it to 6?
Interesting. So did all the panelists could answer the question?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So 71% say they do not know which customers they are losing. So I want to show you a small thing here, guys. I want to share my screen briefly with you, and I will show you how Enalito can help you identify which customers you're losing. So if you look at my screen, guys, this is one of our clients' dashboard database. So he is selling wines in Australia. So if you look at this thing here, defection risk customers. So these are the customers which this guy who's selling wine in Australia is losing. So if you click on this tab here, we know that these are the people this guy is about to lose. This guy is selling wines in Australia, and he's going to lose these customers in about next 1 month or 2 months. So we can identify which customers somebody is losing. I'll stop my screen share. Let me come back to Morgan. Morgan, has the business grown for you in the last 4 or 5 months, or has it come down? What's happening with your business?
Yeah, so we've actually seen somewhere between 30 to 40% growth every month, which is really amazing for us, but it kind of stems from actually fixing a mistake we were making the prior 5 months. I think that, so I can't tell you a mistake I've made these 5 months. There've been many. I'm not saying, I can't tell you one because there haven't been any, but what we learned was that our opinion here is that we're so overwhelmed, right? We're being, I mean, the world is changing on a daily basis. There's so many ways to pivot. I feel like our customer's overwhelmed. Our customer specifically was overwhelmed because she became a teacher pretty much overnight, depending on how many kiddos she had at home. And so we've been launching these collections, kind of keeping up with the fast-paced schedule of fashion. And what we discovered by kind of dialing it back, we couldn't do our in-person photo shoots. We really had to get a little scrappier, to be honest. But our customer was responding to that. They were responding to, you know, a simple screen like this, maybe even like a selfie mirrored photo or video talking about one product at a time. And so we've actually revamped our entire launch schedule of product and really slowed it down, spaced it out, kind of a less is more theory. And so far it's been great for us. And I think it's allowing our consumer to, you know, shop maybe 2 to 5 pieces at a time versus 20 new styles where they were feeling overwhelmed. And I'm actually really excited about that because I think fashion moves way too fast. And it gives us a lot more time to produce domestically. We do import and produce overseas as well, but we've ramped up our domestic production, which is actually a micro factory that we own here in downtown LA. And so it's really been about focusing more on less products at a time, and it's proved very successful for us.
Excellent, Morgan. Mike, we read that there are a lot of laws coming around vapors, right? Have those laws come in place? How are they affecting you? How's your business in the last 5 months?
Last 5 months, we've seen quite a big of a wave. When the lockdown actually happened across the country, we got extremely busy, especially with our fulfillment throughout the world. The reason was because many of the mom and pop stores or even the big chains actually have to shut down because they weren't essential businesses. Since we were a facility in Vegas, we were able to stay open because we do hand sanitizer also and masks and stuff like that for other industries. We have our fulfillment there in Vegas is a fulfillment for many products, not just vape products. So we were able to stay afloat on that, and we got extremely busy, probably about, I would say about a 400% increase when that happened because nobody was able to go out and shop. We were 100% online. And so we had to also take major precautions for people working with each other at the warehouse. We have a quite large warehouse, so that was not that bad, but I did split the employees into 2 different shifts, so people are actually working less or with less people at the same time. So so that went on for about 3 or 4 months. It was pretty challenging to get the amount of orders we were getting out. Our Orange County facility was also helping, being the backstock to our Vegas facility, and we were working almost around the clock at the time. And then things started easing up, and a lot of the stores started opening back up, which helped our consumers get back to their local area purchasers, back to their stores, which was good for them. Also good for us. Our volume went down a little bit. And that helped us be able to control shipping times and stuff like that. And, you know, we believe before the dollar, we believe in service, we believe in the customer, and we want to make sure that and we also believe in small business because we have our wholesale business. So we want the other business to open, and we want them to thrive because it actually drives our production a lot bigger, bigger numbers when it comes to products. So that when that started happening, it was actually good. And then now it's our time that we're trying to retain the customers and continue having them make you know, the right decisions or buy products, because many stores don't have 4,400 SKUs that are, you know, that they can ship out or that they can sell. So a lot of customers, they'll go to the stores, they'll buy their normal, you know, vape juice or whatever, and then they come onto the site to buy something maybe new or something they haven't tried before, or maybe something that's gone out of circulation because the technology has changed, but their device hasn't changed. And we keep a lot of those old coils and a lot of old devices because people they get used to them, you know. And we always say when your device breaks, you break when it comes to quitting smoking. And so we're very, very up on that. We try to keep a lot of the old stuff so that people don't break and go back to combustible cigarettes. So.
Excellent, Mike. Thank you so much. Debbie, so marketplace. You run a marketplace, right? So
Right.
we have customers who come and go. Then we have clients who stick with you for some time, and then we have fans who love you. If you try to convert your customers into your fans, what advice would you give to your people, to the viewers, that how can they convert their customers into fans? How somebody who's coming on a website should love you? What things do you do so that they'll start loving you? They'll start coming on your shop more than ever?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had the answer for the magical formula to turn every customer into a fan. That would be something I could bottle and sell. But for us, it is truly about the stories. And so the stories of the brands that we work with, they're artisans, makers, and designers all over the world who are paying a fair wage and have safe working conditions using historical methodologies of making products. That is a wonderful story in itself. It is a lot of what brings our initial consumer or customer to us. And so part of the engagement that we have with the brands of the products that we are selling is learning as much as we can about them. And that is the foundation of all of our marketing efforts. It is the story. And so the more that we can get the consumer educated and behind the story of the very person that is making the product that they're buying and what impact that has, that's what helps us transition consumers to fans. So for us, it is all about content, telling the stories through blog posts, through our social posts, through images and video. But we're also very cognizant of how the consumer is interacting with our content, and we try to give them more. So if somebody is interested in somebody that is making products in Mexico, we try to share more with them of that similar type of product, a similar artisan or designer, and expose them to more of the stories that brought them to us in the first place. So through marketing automation and other tools, we are really trying to ensure on-time delivery of content that's going to be consumed based on their prior behavior.
Excellent advice. Everybody can note. Jagruti, how is the business for you, and how do you sell on marketplaces as well, or do you restrict selling on your own website? What's your advice to your viewers, and do you also have offline presence?
Do we have offline presence?
Yeah.
So yes, I mean, for us, the growth has been massive. It was always, we were always growing, but the last 4-5 months, it has been a massive growth. When it comes to fine jewelry, so we sell 22-karat gold jewelry. That's the purest form of gold. We sell diamond jewelry. We sell wedding bands, GIA certified diamond rings. We sell a lot of things. And we cater to every type of customer. Whatever your taste is, whether you like Indian jewelry, you like modern American jewelry, you have everything. And how we have succeeded in connecting with our customer. First of all, there's a credibility that we carry. Not only we have been in business for long, we have built a reputation. We have 1,500 reviews on Google. And during the time when COVID happened, we thought that, oh my God, what's going to happen to fine jewelry? Who's going to buy that? We were pleasantly surprised that people didn't stop buying. They kept, turning to shop online. People were still celebrating the special moments. People still felt good buying gold jewelry or diamond jewelry. So, that was always there. Also, how do you give an online shopper a real-time feel? So we introduced the video call, option as well for our customers. And, you were connected with a sales specialist who would show you inventory that's just not online. Also give you tips on, how you could create a look for a special occasion, or, what else you could buy. Also, we don't sell on most marketplaces because we believe, when it comes to fine jewelry, it's very expensive jewelry. And there is a process of verification that we follow. So we feel more safe selling on the website. We also sell on social media. So we sell on Instagram and Facebook as well. And we also are very big on search. So, and we do paid search ads as well. But I think at the end of the day, as one of the panelists said, it's how you are connecting with your customers, and content is a very, very big part. And that's why we also created a blog, which is, a video blog YouTube series that I host. And that's also been a very big, big thing for us.
Excellent. Some advice there as well. Morgan, a lot of people are also interested in to know if you guys are doing Facebook ads, Google ads, Insta ads. If you guys are doing ads, where do you get your customers from? Where are the customers? How can you get the customers? Which is the best channel for women clothing?
Okay, well, obviously we're in a very competitive market, even though we believe we're niche in the way that we go after our customers. Women's clothing, you can buy clothes anywhere. I will say that for us, we don't love traditional marketing, just like dumping it out into a sea of Facebook and Google to let them kind of come to us. So we actually own Sprinter buses that are like stores on the inside. And we have sales reps that are our full-time employees. They're actually not even paid on commission, they're salaried. And they travel in these BURU buses. And usually we would do kind of like pop-up events, trunk show events to generate a very, what ends up getting us very loyal customers. But now with COVID and keeping everyone safe, we're kind of more like the ice cream truck for moms. So we pull into women's driveways, and our girls are masked and ready to style you in a safe way. And 2 to 3 good friends come over, and they, with that type of customer service, they really, they buy about 6 times more than the average online purchase, which is amazing for us. And then they convert and become online shoppers. They tell their friends. When we are able to wardrobe a woman more than just like 1 or 2 pieces, then her friends consistently see her, and the word of mouth becomes so much more exaggerated. It sounds a little bit old school, and we're not opposed, of course, to doing some paid ads, but we're seeing so much more engagement through our emails than we are through just pumping money into Facebook. And if we do put money there, we're very specific and focus on just a few products, or we do retargeting just to get back in the mindset of our current customers, because that's very affordable and it's easier for us, and the conversion rate's very high.
Excellent. That's a great piece of advice to all our viewers. Excellent. If I have to ask, let's say, Mike, you do Facebook ads, Google ads, other ads, or you also believe in content and SEO?
Right now we're 100% based SEO content driven. We don't do any Google ads, any Facebook ads, any ad roll. We have zero marketing dollars that are going out for ads because we are restricted because we're a tobacco-based product. So as a tobacco-based product, I cannot advertise anywhere. So including Facebook, Twitter, I mean, every single thing that you can imagine, we can't do paper ads for anything. So everything that we do I have 4 content writers at the office. We do our own SEO. We have our own SEO team. I'm part of that, obviously. We run links, not that many, but everything's extremely high powered with other websites in our industry. We also use some of the industry panelists, like, the people that are helping our industry become sufficient with the government. So a lot of trade organizations, we use them. But most of the time we basically just do our own SEO. So if you sit there and you Google a flavor or some device, we're usually in the top 5, if not the top 2. So that's how we drive our traffic. After that, once the traffic starts to hit the site on a certain product, then we start to do engagement. We use Enalito actually to help me with that. And, so some purchases, people are buying apricot flavor. They're buying, any kind of flavor. We start to target their emails that are, directed to that. And that's pretty much how we do it, and many people on the interweb, that's why we became worldwide in the last 2 years, is because we were able to get those customers through Google. So yeah, Google, Bing, Yahoo, not so much, but yeah, Google, number 1.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So great piece of advice there as well. Katie, can we have the second question up, please, for everybody to answer? Are you confused with too many apps on your e-commerce store? So all of us use a lot of apps, right? So does it confuse you? Let's hear from everybody. Because there's something called distributed intelligence. We have one app for doing this, second app doing that. We have 20 apps and there's distributed intelligence. Sometimes does it bog you down? Does it confuse you? Katie, can we have the results up, please? Yes, 73% people say yes, the apps bog them down. And that's precisely, Enalito has tried to club a lot of functionalities into one single app, which will do marketing for you, product discovery for you, and a lot of other things, analytics, and as well as a lot of other things for you. Great. Debbie, I want to come to you and ask you a question. Do you compete? How do you look at Amazon?
So if you look at marketplaces, we would never aspire to be Amazon. Just in and of its nature may particularly be not necessarily ethical or sustainable. However, we would like to be viewed as the Amazon of ethical and sustainable as we grow, and we're a startup, so we're still under our first year. There are other marketplaces like Etsy, where some of the products could be ethical or sustainable, but handmade does not equal sustainable. So there could be crossover, but not completely defined as a competitor. So there are limited other marketplaces that may do what we do. However, we have a broad range of categories for our products, so it makes for, it does definitely make it difficult when you're trying to strategize on, right now for us, organic traffic from SEO, because we have over 4,000 SKUs that we're trying to market to. So so there are definitely complexities in trying to drive engagement for a marketplace with a large, broad audience, but having the overarching sustainability message helps to more narrowly define the audience. For us right now, we are really focusing all of our efforts on organic. So that is either through social, through our email, through our website, content on our blog. And so really honing in that message to our audience is the key priority.
Excellent, excellent. So, Debbie, one follow-up question on what you just said. There are a lot of people who prefer to sell stuff only on their own website, right? Would you advise them to sell, let's say, go sell on your website as well as sell on 5 different marketplaces like yours, Amazon's of the world?
Right. I mean, one of our underlying missions is to bring access to markets for designers and artisans that don't have access. So quite a few of the brands that we're selling are artisans of maybe 2 or 3 women. And they don't have e-commerce, they don't have a platform. So we're trying to help expose them to economies at scale while we educate them and help them grow their business. But we do have other brands that have a quite well-known brand presence. And so it is the same in any business where you are doing channel sales. Essentially, you have to determine, is this channel a good vehicle for you to bring your products to market in addition to your own branding? So having worked in channel for many years, the goal for somebody who is selling on their own site of their own manufactured product is to be that #1 search result through their own SEO efforts and having that brand ownness. They own the brand, but that does not mean that they should only sell on their own channel. There is reason that we think that brands should sell with us in our channel, which is we have a verification process and we are verifying that they are practicing what they preach. So for us, the consumer can come to the Ethos website and purchase candles for a gift, a onesie for their nephew, and overnight bags. So it is exposing the brands that sell on our marketplace the opportunity to sell to consumers who may not be necessarily shopping for their product right now, but will be exposed to their product and brand on our website because of the variety of products we're offering.
Excellent, excellent. That's a great advice again. Jagruti, do you also sell on marketplaces or do you restrict yourself to own your business to your own website?
As I said, we restrict it to our own website because, you know, we have products starting from $200 to $20,000, $60,000, you know, $80,000, and we cannot afford to sell those on these marketplaces because it's just too risky to sell products like these.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So what technologies do you use, Jagruti, on a website to retain your growth, to retain your customers? What apps, what technologies, what platform do you use as well?
So our website is on Magento, which is the leading e-commerce platform. And we follow all norms of making it user-friendly for the shoppers. And we also have like a live chat app that we use. So anybody who comes to the website is greeted and there's a live chat agent who's going to help them with any questions they might have. And then more than that, you know, we also have, as I told you, the video call service. That's been a very big boost for us. It has increased our conversion rate to double. So, you know, that's something that we totally believe in.
Interesting, interesting. What do you use for marketing, Jagruti? You also send a lot of emails, right? What email tool do you use?
Right now we are using a benchmark email service, but we are trying more tools because we want to have more triggered emails and stuff like that as well, that we are now trying to incorporate.
Interesting. Dan, coming to you, your business is growing and you're really looking forward for iPhone 12 launch, and your business is good. What is your strategy to retain this growth? What do you do to retain this growth year on year?
Well, I think we've seen, we have looked very carefully at Google AdWords and Facebook about 3 years ago. We decided that Google was very good for sort of lower in the funnel and a pretty consistent driver of people who are already sort of interested in the category. And so we find that that is just a solid business driver for us year after year, but it's kind of difficult to achieve growth with Google AdWords. So we have that little piece of Google AdWords. Then we have Facebook, where we really just keep our toe in the water in Facebook. We have found that our cost of acquisitions and our CPMs in Facebook are like a sine wave. We never really feel like it's a solid platform, at least for us. So we do a little bit there. Mostly we think our investment is, as I said, is our customer interviews. So we spend a lot of time understanding sort of our, you know, what is the context within which our customers are making their decisions. And then we do a lot of content, and Klaviyo for us is the platform where we don't do a lot of sort of heavy marketing push emails. We do about a weekly storytelling email that sort of just connects with customers. So we get a really good click-through rate or engagement on the emails, and then sort of in the storytelling, and then approximately, and then we use, we're using Just Uno for the sort of the email gathering, and we're also starting to do text gathering or SMS, but we haven't really rocked that one out yet. So our strategy is understand the customers really well, have really solid storytelling that is directly linked with what is driving them, and bring in some new customers through Google. We know those are going to convert well, Facebook less so. And the way we look at it when we're not in iPhone 12 season or sort of the holiday season is we have about a 6-week process where we're building up new customer base. Some of them are going to convert. And then after about 6 weeks, we run a coupon code. And we feel like it's just knocking people off the tree. We're just dangling. And then another 6-week process. And we find that in the end, the conversion rates work pretty well. So we have a strategy that's based on, if we can increase our conversion rate by 30% every year, then our revenue grows by 30% every year without a big ad spend. So it's not a hockey stick strategy. It's more of a steady growth strategy that we find is profitable. And I think that's really the key for us. We aren't looking for vanity metrics. We aren't looking for the growth rate. We're looking for what is the cash flow that drops to our bottom line consistently month after month. And then that cash flow can fund the growth of the business.
Excellent, excellent advice, Dan. Dan, you said that you build up the customers for 6 weeks and dangle the people who are just hanging down. How do you cut them off? How do you know that these are people I can just grab them now?
Well, because we see that, you know, we have all these other methodologies where we're people are coming in and we're knocking them off. Also, to be clear, we believe our investment is long-term in our customer base, our email list. So we have customers who buy again and again when they need it. A certain percentage of our customers, they are locked. They love our product, and they are churning through iPhones, some once a year, some every 2 years. So our goal is to be that we have a product in our category that is clearly in this very narrow category of premium iPhone wallet cases, that we are the best product. So if we do a really good job in our storytelling and our customer service with our customers, they lock in. They buy one case, then when they buy the new iPhone, they get a new case for that iPhone, and then they give that phone to their children, and then their children gets a new iPhone case to go with it. So again, it's not a hockey stick. It is a consistent growth strategy based on what I think is very good execution and storytelling and customer service. So instead of investing, you know, we see in Google, we are consistently at a $20 cost of acquisition. So we like that business. That's profitable for us. With Facebook, it's like a sine wave. It's, at least when we've seen, it's $19 cost of acquisitions, $28 cost of acquisition, $22 cost of acquisition. So to try and smooth out the sine wave in Facebook, we feel like it's too much effort. Like it's a lot, we find it's a lot of drama. So we like to just set and forget Facebook and twinkle it every once in a while. So, but we know customers are coming in, and maybe if they're not converting, we're getting their email address, or a percentage of their email address. So the way we look at it is those people who are going to convert at full price are going to convert at full price. There are people who are going to look at a $70 iPhone case and go, a $20, a 20% code will just knock them off. You know, if they're a little bit price conscious, but still for us at 20%, we've got a great margin. So it's, if you focus on our business strategy of this, we know that those little, you know, knockoffs of the 20% are good business. And we find that 20% code every maybe 6 to 8 weeks. Now with COVID, what we're seeing with our cohort of other businesses is they're couponing a little bit more often. So maybe we'll do a 20% code every 4 weeks. But once COVID goes back, we'll probably do a 20% code every 6 weeks. And they're broad 20% codes. They're not this product, that product. It's like you come in 20% off, and then it's a weekend, 3 days, you know, and then we just look at it and okay, we knock them off the trees, and then we shut down, and then we're building up our email base up over the next 6 weeks cost effectively. And then if they haven't converted in those 6 weeks, we knock them off and start over again.
Excellent. Excellent advice. Great. Katie, can you please launch one more poll question for our viewers and panelists? Katie, you're there? All right. I think maybe he lost connection. Anyways, let me go to Morgan now. Morgan, you have chosen moms, and you also focus primarily on your website. You don't do too much ads, right? So now I would like to ask you, do you also have offline presence?
Offline, yes. So I was saying earlier, you know, we have these Sprinter vans that are like stores on the inside that travel, you know, all across the country. They're based in different parts, and then we actually will be opening a store here in LA. But it's more bespoke in a way. So because we have a micro factory here, that all of our back end is the back part of the building, and then there's a front retail space. So it allows us to have a presence, but we don't have to just throw money into a retail space where we're not utilizing all the back for the rest of our business. So I really like what Dan said about like vanity growth and vanity numbers. I mean, I think we see so much of that in the world. A great friend of mine and I, we always talk about how everyone is bragging about the amount of money they've raised, and more power to them. I'm a big cheerleader for everyone in business, particularly women in business, but I'm most excited when I see profitable companies, or at least like a direction to profitability. I think that that's really sexy, even if your numbers, your top line isn't quite as high. And so for us, that's how we've always tried to do our growth, is just a steady, consistent growth. And it's why we don't just dump tons of money into Facebook, because I love what you said also, that you think there's a little bit of drama there. And I agree. I think it's hard to keep up, and they constantly want to change it on you, so that, you know, it just sometimes feels like you can't succeed. But I also think if you look at the positive side of that, it makes you strive to come up with better solutions, more creative solutions, and in a lot of times more organic, or even taking it somewhat what some people would call old-fashioned. You know, like when we hit the streets with our BURU buses, it seems a little bit old school, but those are customers that stick with us for the long haul, and they're there for all of our launches. And
excellent. So clearly all of you are suggesting that people should be coming organically, SEOs, content, connect with them, do your stories, tell your stories, and connect with them. Try to make relationships. Don't just try to buy customers by making rich companies richer, by making Google more rich, by making Facebook more rich. There's no point making rich companies richer. Excellent. So that's a great piece of advice. So Morgan, you said you're gonna have offline stores as well, and we want to understand from you what technologies, what apps, what do you use to, and what's your customer base? What's your customer base, by the way?
Like our numbers.
Yeah. How many people shop from you every month?
Oh,
Or
no,
let's
I
say,
don't know that number exactly.
okay.
Sorry, my husband's the finance one of this. I mean, we have our email list is about 80,000.
80,000, yeah. So that's the customer base. Now, how do you retain? So what's your customer growth year on year? Would you have any idea on that?
I just know our bottom line is that we're always about 30%. Right now we've been closer to 40% month over month, but we're about 30%.
Great. And would you have any idea what technologies, what apps do you use on your store?
So we are a Shopify platform, and that works for us because they have a point of sale technology that's attached to it. And they also offer locations so that each of our buses has their own inventory. And then our HQ has an inventory. And then when we do pop-ups, we can just sell from the HQ inventory. It keeps it all separate and easy. We use ShipStation to do because we do all of our own fulfillment as well. Let's see what other technology. Oh, and then we actually use new for us. It's an app called Calendly, and it allows our customers to like do swipe ups either from Instagram or just direct links from our events pages to book private appointments through our buses that are traveling around, or virtual appointments, which have been really successful during the pandemic. And it just walks people through the collection and gives them like a one-on-one style consultation. Those are the main technologies we're using.
Excellent, excellent.